seen it.
Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt here with Shannon Roberta S.A. Salmon-Haas. Find her on Instagram to be encouraged. Find out from her how to heal your community. Find out from her how to make abuela soup.
And pasta salad.
And pasta salad.
I make a lot of pasta
and
salad.
have an outfit of the day. This is our Sinners and Saints segment. How does Trump do his dance?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Like the boxer?
Yeah. We're going to talk about your outfit, right?
Well, first I want to talk about the saint of the day, Thurgood Marshall,
Okay.
the Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
I thought you'd really appreciate this quote.
Okay.
So I'm going to say the quote,
Okay.
and then you tell everybody how it makes you feel.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We will only attain freedom if we learn to appreciate what is different and muster the courage to discover what is fundamentally the same.
Love it. I feel inspired. How do you feel? How does it make you feel?
Well, if he had an Instagram account,
Yeah.
he would have been one of your followers.
No.
You would have been following him.
Yeah, I would have followed him.
He's trying to heal the community.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So that's
Well,
like
so were you.
part of your mission,
Well,
right?
you're a hero too.
Well, I don't think my mission is just to help people discover their legal issue blind spots.
Uh-huh. But in a very
Healing the
calm
community
way.
is lower on the list. But for you, people can fall all over themselves in legal issue blind spots, but you want to help them heal the community.
Yeah, okay.
We just have different priorities.
Okay.
And that's why I like to have you on the show.
Yeah, that's why I like to be on your show.
If you think Shannon should come back to the show for another episode, please follow me on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and post a comment that says, Shannon, come back. Look, Al over there.
Al says yes.
He's clapping for you. Okay, well, I don't have a sinner today. I just wanted to focus on Thurgood Marshall's quote because...
They got really mad at that comic. You could make him the sinner. He got a lot of flack.
Oh, there was a comic that went downtown for the San Antonio protest, and the sign that he made said, "Come to my show at Laugh Out Loud."
Yeah.
And he was being canceled for that because, everybody else was there because they were upset with people being deported. And I wanted to have that guy call into the show, so I'm not going to mention his name because that's only a reward if you come on the show.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to get this recording to him. There's a lot of virtue signaling going on like that, where people, if they don't agree with the way you're reacting to current events, then you're wrong. You have to have a certain reaction. Well, my weapon is love. Like, I'm going to pick up love and just hit you even harder with it. And don't judge me for that because I'm not out there burning a Tesla.
Yeah.
I care.
You have a really big heart. You care about people that don't care about you.
Love is a powerful weapon. Look at Jesus. He brought down the Roman Empire with love. Like they had all those different gods, and love is
pretty
good stuff, man.
Yeah. Amen.
The civil rights movement, they used love. They didn't focus on hate.
There was no violence.
I think there was violence, but I mean, like, look at the great leaders. They focused on the love aspect.
Yeah, and I keep telling my audience that I'm reading about Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He had a policy of nonviolence.
Right. Yeah.
And
that's so brave.
They told him that wasn't going to work.
Right. And look at him now. Todd's reading a book about him.
He's got a great legacy.
Yeah.
And he was a lawyer.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I should read that. Is it very big?
It is big. It's difficult to read because everybody that he talks about is from India. And their language is different there. So their names are long.
You have to stop every 5 minutes and figure it out.
I don't necessarily know how to pronounce everybody's name.
Yeah.
But it's a great book. I want to talk about the protests.
Okay.
Because today's June
a big day.
14th, there's supposed to be protests all over the country for No Kings. Is that what it's called?
Right. I've been following the lives for the nationwide, and they look pretty tame so far unless something jumped off the last 5 minutes. But I've been...
Well, this could be the last 5 minutes of peace that we have.
It's happened before. It very well could be. I was watching a show from the UK last night, and they were talking about whether or not we're going to have a civil war. They're talking about us, whether...
Well, I don't think we are, but I don't know everything. There was a different San Antonio protest just a few days ago.
Yeah.
And there was no violence found.
I was so proud of us. Yeah. And people online were saying, like, look at us, this is how we do it. You have a protest, we have a pachanga.
What does that mean?
Like, we have a party, we have a fiesta.
Oh, well, I don't think it was that either.
But see, you can't, because they had a mariachi band there.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. And it was beautiful, but you can't guarantee that it's going to be like that. You know? You don't know when it's going to go crazy.
Well, the conservative news is saying that there's some other third parties, instigators and agitators.
I've heard that a lot.
There.
Yeah, we used to hear that with Black Lives Matter. Also, like other movements that there have been.
Paid protesters. They bring weapons. They bring rocks. They bring bottles.
I've heard that's the word.
So that could happen in San Antonio. I mean, people of San Antonio are good and brave enough not to hurt each other, and then you have these agitators come and bring in the violence.
The advice they were giving people, if you're going to go protest, take an American flag, because if you're going to be blasted all over the news of Middle America, they want an American flag so they can't brand it as, look at these foreigners, we got to go come down hard on them with the metal boot,
Well, I think that they should do that anyway. I mean, if you disagree with what law enforcement's doing, or if you disagree with the policies of the president or of the state, that doesn't mean you want the entire form of government to be flushed down the toilet.
But also, if you're carrying a Mexican flag, it doesn't mean you hate America.
Right.
But, if I wouldn't go, but if I was going to go, I would take an American flag. Have you ever been to a protest before?
Not that I can think of.
Can you think of anything that you would feel strongly enough about to go? Do you think protest is a valid form of, does it actually do anything?
Well,
I
came very close to standing in front of the abortion clinic.
Oh, wow.
That one on Babcock and Wurzbach.
I'm not familiar with that.
I think that's where it was. But anyway, there was one there. And some people that I knew. Was
it part of your church group?
No, that's why I probably didn't. I wasn't close enough to those people to say, yeah, I'll meet you there. But I'm very passionate about the unborn.
Right.
And I would be equally as passionate if the law enforcement was going door to door asking people to surrender their firearms.
Oh, right. Yeah, boy, you would have pandemonium in this country.
But I wouldn't hurt my neighbor because of that. I wouldn't go spray paint his car. Or I wouldn't set his car on fire. I think the causes that, or maybe I'm just a different protester. I don't understand why
You're a different breed. Yeah,
why they want to destroy other people's property to show their disdain for the government policy. I don't connect those two things. Like, why would you burn that shopkeeper's shop down
Yeah,
to show
good.
that you hate the government.
Yeah, and it's very likely a small mom and pop, business that's struggling already. Can I give a shout out to Golden Star real quick, because they're downtown and they're delicious. It's a little Chinese place. Okay. I know you don't like doing that, but she's just an amazing lady, and they're already struggling with the construction, so business is down, and then they have to shut down for the protests. So if anyone that's listening is in San Antonio area and they forgot about Golden Star downtown, go check them out. It's
Where
delicious.
exactly is it? How do they get there?
It's right there by the police station, but if you Google them, you'll see that they came out in the news lately because they've been having a little squabble with the city, where they want to tear down a building that's right there, and the Historical Society said, no, you can't tear it down. But in short, the business is hurt because there's always so many homeless people, unhoused people all around, and they try and get help to do something about it. But they're just, I'm worried. So everybody go eat at Golden Star. Get some takeout.
Okay, great. Well, part of this segment, I wanted to talk about the No Kings, and we kind of did that. Also, potential protest site is Washington, D.C. It's U.S. Army's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
It's also Flag Day.
Happy Flag Day.
Happy Flag Day. I don't have a flag. I've got one at the office if you want to stop by and get one this big. So because
I want one of those bracelets is what I need.
Yeah, I'll get you one. Do it before you die.
Yeah.
I'll get you a bracelet. But it's the Army's birthday in Washington, D.C. There's going to be a military
Somebody
parade.
else's birthday, too, I heard.
Yeah? Whose?
I can't remember.
And so that's a potential site for a protest because, that would be a great place if you disagree with the policies of the president. I mean, it's in Washington, D.C.
Can you imagine the law enforcement presence right now? Like, dang, that city is locked down right now.
Well, I hope that nobody gets hurt.
Yes. Yeah, that was part of your prayer. When you
think that if you're going to protest, make your sign and stand around or walk around the buildings. But, don't destroy people's property.
Right. But you can't guarantee what the people are going to do around you,
Right.
Next thing you know, you're part of a violent,
Which is why reasonable people don't protest, because they don't want to get caught up in something.
Well, what they were saying here is they were going to have people with whistles that when they saw violent, if it's true that there were plants that were trying to incite violence, that when they see it happening, you blow the whistle and everyone that's the reasonable protester sits down.
Okay.
Sounds dangerous, though.
Well, but at least they have a plan. Thank you so much for being on the show. Talking. This has been a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
I hope that you're not in too much distress for all the people that you have a big heart for.
You too. Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah.
So this is Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt, Shannon Roberta Salmon-Haas, talking about immigration, protests, and deportation. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Each week, attorney Todd Marquardt talks about the law. His mission with the Talk Law Radio show and podcast is to help you discover your legal issue blind spots. In the beginning, God had one law. Don't eat from the fruit of that tree. Then came the 10 Commandments. Now we have federal, state, and municipal lawmakers that won't stop creating new laws. Laws that might impact you without you knowing it. Listen to the show and drop a line on Facebook or email host@talklawradio.com and let the host know what you think of the show, the topics you want to hear, and whether you want to be a guest.